They came with torches but insisted this was no witch hunt. They were young, they were middle-aged. Virtually nobody looked like they were from the radical right wing. But they insisted they had had enough of a strand of Islam which they said had a tendency towards outright violence.
This is against an ideology that drives people who are vulnerable to that ideology, or maybe even born into it and forced to live by it, to do some bad things. But we don't hate anybody.
Off they marched, the Pegida signs designed to separate them from allegations of bigotry. They weren't that many, but the symbolism was obvious. Even in tolerant Denmark, tempers are fraying. There's no doubt the Pegida movement is now spreading to different parts of Europe, and these people would say they speak for a much bigger constituency, a constituency that says that there are sections of Islam completely incapable of integrating into Western European societies. Outside the French embassy, they've been laying flowers for the victims in Paris. This Muslim activist has had enough of being asked to condemn the attacks, of the assumption that Islam has a fundamental problem.
It's like a child's play, like children discussing and making everything very simple more than it is. A very simplistic way of looking into it. And I think that's very wrong to do that, because we are talking about 1.5 billion people in the world who believe in Islam. We are not terrorists.
And this veteran newspaper editor also believes Pegida undermines Danish traditions of talking problems through.
I'd rather have that and have it out in the open than, having groups of people in a more angry and aggressive way, trying to make every Muslim here something like the people in Paris.
The Pegida march ended at Copenhagen's famous mermaid statue, with them singing a Nordic peace anthem, as if to suggest everybody misunderstands them. But the song also speaks of being surrounded by the enemy. Along with the bravado, there's plenty of fear. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, Copenhagen.